Hi, I'm Jerry Drager, Drager's International Classic Sales in Seattle, Washington. I want to take you back a ways to 1959 and Drager's Harley-Davidson. Now this motorcycle we sold brand new in 1959. These are not the original saddlebags on there. These were added in about 63, I believe, is when they came out with the fiberglass saddlebags. Anyway, we sold it to a gentleman by the name of Tex Mires. And you can see it says Tex right there on the skirt of the seat. Tex was a country western singer here in Seattle, Washington. He was 20 years too soon. He should have been out there with Willie Nelson. The two of them have made a good pairing. And he mainly worked the First Avenue, the clubs on First Avenue. And now that was First Avenue and Skid Row are one and the same thing. And for those out there in the other parts of the world, you've heard Skid Row before. Seattle is where Skid Row came from. It was way back in the early days when they were logging and they skidded the logs over logs down into the water. And that's how it got its name, Skid Row. And it was First Avenue. So it's just kind of stuck. And it's a lower part of town usually is what people think of Skid Row. Anyway, Tex died. And the family had this motorcycle sitting there for all that time. Now Tex always seemed, you know, one of those characters that we took good care of, and he always owed us money from, you know, he'd never get it all paid off. We still had the title. The family called me one day and says, hey, we have somebody here who wants to buy Tex's motorcycle, but you still have the title. So anyway, I says, yeah, I do. I had no way of proving how much Tex owed us after all those many years. And this goes back quite a ways too, when I bought this motorcycle. God, when was it? I'd have to tell you, it would probably have been in the 80s. I'm sure it was probably in the 80s. Anyway, I told him we came to an agreement what we thought he owed us. And I deducted it off of what the people were making an offer on the motorcycle for. And so now I have it. Now I have ridden this motorcycle. I rode it to Portland and back one time for one of our motorcycle events we had here in Seattle. And I've ridden it a few other times. I've taken it up to Anacortes for Oyster Days, which is really a big event nowadays up here in the Northwest. You'd think it's Sturgis all over again. It just fills the town of Anacortes up with motorcycles. So I've ridden it a few times. I have not had it running probably in 5 or 6 years. And I'm not sure again when I'll have it running again. I actually washed it today, so it'll be a little cleaner today for you. So it now has 19,246 miles on it. So this is just one of those stories that Drager's have for you.
Come by and see us if you're ever in Seattle. Drager's Clubhouse, we're in the north end of Seattle. Call us first, 206-533-9600.